Driving my Tesla Model 3 to Lake Tahoe. Here's the trip plan. I used Google Maps and the Tesla website to map out the supercharger stations before I went. I didn't want to be stuck on low battery and having range anxiety. First stop was at the supercharger in Placerville, the last supercharger before entering South Lake Tahoe from Highway 50. The drive to Tahoe was a pleasant experience. Though this Model 3 is not an all-wheel drive, I thought the rear-wheel drive had good traction control on the windy road. On the loop around Lake Tahoe, we first checked out Edgewood Resort. In order to do valet parking, we had to leave the Tesla keycard with the valet driver. The interior is a modern log cabin style with an open layout, high ceilings, and views of the glistening lake. Taking in all the views from the beach, it was a hot weekend before July 4th, but there were still snow-capped mountains. It was quite a scenic backdrop for the outdoor playground. We headed north to the supercharger at Incline Village with 101 miles remaining on the battery to drive. We used the navigation to the supercharger using the Tesla screen to precondition the battery for fast charging. Now making a left to stay on the Lake Tahoe loop. Found the supercharger at a Rayleigh's parking lot. It required backing into the charging spot as the charging cable was short, but the backup camera's clarity helped facilitate the parking. The 15 minutes to charge for an 80% battery went by quick as we went inside Rayleigh's to use the restroom and buy refreshments. At first I was worried that the spots would be all full, but there were a few spots available even on a holiday weekend. Welcome back to California. Sunroof views of the pine trees. We checked out the supercharger at Tahoe City even though we didn't need to charge as it was only about 16 miles from the supercharger at Incline Village. We're so glad that we charged earlier because this lot was completely full when we got there. Even the Tesla screen alerted to go to a less busy supercharger. We arrived to the Emerald Bay overlooked by almost 7 p.m. It wasn't sunset yet and the Fanette Island wasn't glowing, but there was a view of Eagle Falls gushing, a sight I haven't seen in years of California drought. We left the overlook with 182 miles of battery, plenty enough to leave Lake Tahoe. Before the trip, I was concerned reading that driving uphill in mountainous areas would drain the battery much. However, Tesla states that driving downhill regains some of the battery back through regenerative braking. Gas is $4.99 a gallon. Made it around the loop, 176 miles, driving to Texas Roadhouse for dinner to celebrate a successful Tesla trip without getting stuck with a drained battery. Love the illuminated screen at night. At the Texas Roadhouse, we got the bone-in ribeye and New York strip. We had 102 miles left, which was enough to get home. Though we didn't need to, we wanted to charge the battery back to 80%, which allowed for 15 minutes to rest. We went to the supercharger at Elk Grove Boulevard. There were 16 superchargers total and plenty available at night. Overall, the trip was fun, efficient, and eased my range anxiety for long road trips. Please like and subscribe and use my referral link below.